Okay, jumping into the S&P real quick. Another awkward level for these markets. Now, who would have thought? Man, what was it? Trump's not going to fire Powell. He's going to pull back on the tariffs. I think we just got news that he's going to add on to the tariffs. You know, who knows? Anyway, we went zone to zone. Rejected here for whatever reason you guys found. I'm sure it's exactly why it was that news. Yes. Imagine all the news, the numbers, the excuses. Yeah. Obviously, I covered that in my group, which is why you should join. I went over all of it. But anyway, we rejected this yellow zone. And kind of like I talked about before, I'm not really bullish or bearish until we break above and stay. So we got above, came right back in. Got below, came right back in. You can call them fake outs, call them whatever you want. But until actually we break and close, I just want to keep my opinion on where we're at. I will say... Quite a few people in the group. We did buy some calls today. Shorter term expiration. It was supposed to be tomorrow's expiration, as most of them did. I was just clicking buttons, and I bought Friday's expiration. So 5:45. It was a little gamble play. It was just a fun play as a group. I know Trump was supposed to go live tonight. I don't know what he said. Signing some orders. I don't have a Trump impression, and I'm just going to remain the one person on YouTube that hasn't tried to impersonate Trump. But I imagine he said he's going to do some things. He's the best at it, and hopefully everything goes to the moon. So we gapped in it, ran up, checked that zone. Like, yeah, we tried to get above, sold back down. But right here, like a line in the sand, someone's buying it up right there. Let's make that green, just to confirm that. Someone's buying those up. So as long as we hold that, I kind of am bullish. I do think if it breaks, we'll probably just get that continuation down and we play this. There are some people in my group that went short the zone. Shout out to you guys for catching that knife. Now these are futures traders, so they did kill it today on that one. As far as the expected moves, jumped right into it, hit that zone, hit the expected move, came back in. I don't want to be cocky, just no surprise there. Now the NASDAQ gapped into the yellow zone, sent it zone to zone, back down, zone to zone. If you ever get tired of hearing zone to zone, just imagine how much money would you make if you were to take these trades. Zone to zone would mean something completely different if you had money on it, so the group does get excited about that. But right now we're bouncing, so if you are bullish, you want that to be a break, pull back, test that, send it, all the things, right? All the terminology that every YouTuber says, just slightly different because their way is the only way. You know, if we hold this, bullish for now. I'm not talking all-time highs. Maybe that was the bottom, and we're getting it in. But for now, let's just take it one step at a time, one lily pad at a time before we cross anything. There is something I did want to bring up, a little bit more obvious. Now, both of them kind of have a very similar pattern. But let's really chart this area out right here. Let's make that a different color. Let's go... that's a monthly zone. Let's find a color we're not using. There we go. And then we kind of have... Ooh, what do you say we go... Nope, that's clearly the wrong tool. If I was editing, you guys wouldn't even see any of this. But because I don't pretend and all that, you know, you're just going to see it all. Let's go... let's just be sloppy with it. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's not. Let's go right there. Let's OCD it up. We'll... Overall, we kind of have this meltdown, right? What I thought was going to be peak fear. Now, we did bounce. We're kind of putting in those higher lows, hoping to probably break that up. And it kind of looks like we're there, but it looks like decision time is probably on the way. But anyway, kind of keep an eye out that. It's definitely more obvious on the S&P. NASDAQ kind of has the same thing. Jumping into the play that I took, it was an out-of-the-money leap. It was a 300 strike call for December of 2027. I had a limit order at 86. You know, there was conversation this morning on is it time to buy leaps on Tesla. And the fact that Tesla's bottomed out, we saw the peak fear was right here. Market making new lows. Tesla was like, not really. Really kind of flattening out. If we are going to start bottoming in, if we're going to quit playing chicken with China, then it could be time. I wanted to give it plenty of time, so I went with December. Now, my order at 86 didn't fill like some others did, but mine did fill at 86.50. So actually, let me pull that up. Yeah, so here's December 17th of 2027. So right now, they're up, right? They're up $300. Depending if you look at the bid or ask, right? 300 is where I'm at. On exceptionally green days, I will come in here and sell calls against it. So right now, I could sell a 300 call against it and collect $85. That would be a calendar spread. So I'm long at 300. I'm also short at 300, but a much shorter time frame. So looking at the deltas, 7% chance. So if I were to sell that, 7% chance it actually gets that high. So playing the numbers game, 93% chance it expires worthless. I keep the guys $85. All of a sudden, my cost basis is now below 86, and I'll keep doing that. But because Tesla is the one that can really break those numbers sometimes, Teslas can get excited. And that's to both sides. That is just the name of the game when it comes to Tesla. I want to wait until after the giant green candles. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's hyped about it because that's when all the gamblers are there. I'm talking everyone's sitting at the table. Vega, the gamblers, all the degenerates, they're there. And I want to sell to the gamblers because the only people that are buying stuff like that are people that don't really know how to trade. They don't know what they're doing. They're going for a lottery ticket, and they can only afford like the cheap ones. They think, I'm going to buy calls because it's a leverage play, and they have no idea what that call actually means. I didn't want this to be like a call out to any of my videos, but I did just upload 31 videos, 31 shorts, all about options. I do have 29 more to go. It's actually on an options facts playlist, but anyway, it'd be the people that didn't watch those videos. And I sell to them, and I make a lot of money off those guys. Because, like a casino, slot machines are where it's at. And those people that are going to come up and pull that lever, it's just not, it's going to go 7-7 star. Oh, so close. We're going to try again next week, and I'm going to go ahead and make that order fill for them too. So anyway, I'll keep posting on kind of where I'm at with this spread. Right now, it's not a spread. Right now, it is just a leap. It's a long-term options play. So that is the core play. Everything else I do will just be the sprinkles, the cherry on the top, the extra money.